Vocabulary related to culture and society is essential for expressing ideas, opinions, and observations about the world around us. Here's a detailed explanation with examples. 1. Cultural concepts and practices. 1.1 Diversity. 1. Definition: the presence of a variety of different cultures and identities. 2. Example: the city's cultural diversity is reflected in its international cuisine. 1.2 Tradition. 1. Definition: customs and practices passed down through generations. 2. Example: celebrating holidays with family is a cherished tradition. 1.3 Customs. 1. Definition: socially accepted behaviors or rituals within a particular culture. 2. Example: wedding customs vary across different cultures. 1.4 Heritage. 1. Definition: the cultural, historical, and natural legacy passed down through generations. 2. Example: exploring one's cultural heritage can be a meaningful experience. 2. Social structures and relationships. 2.1 Community. 1. Definition: a group of people living in the same area or sharing common interests. 2. Example: the local community organized a cleanup event. 2.2 Society. 1. Definition: a group of individuals living together in a structured way, often with shared values and institutions. 2. Example: social media has transformed the way we interact as a society. 2.3 Relationships. 1. Definition: connections between individuals. 2. Example: building meaningful relationships is important for personal well-being. 2.4 Social norms. 1. Definition: unspoken rules governing acceptable behavior in a society. 2. Example: social norms dictate appropriate dress codes in certain settings. 3. Cultural expression. 3.1 Artistic expression. 1. Definition: the use of art to convey thoughts, emotions, and cultural identity. 2. Example: street art is a form of artistic expression in urban environments. 3.2 Literature. 1. Definition: written works, often reflecting the values and ideas of a culture. 2. Example: classic novels are important components of a country's literary heritage. 3.3 Music and dance. 1. Definition: forms of cultural expression through sound and movement. 2. Example: flamenco is a traditional Spanish dance that embodies the country's music and dance culture. 3.4 Language. 1. Definition: the system of communication within a culture. 2. Example: language is a crucial aspect of preserving cultural identity. 4. Cultural identity. 4.1 Cultural assimilation. 1. Definition: the process of integrating into and adopting the customs of a different culture. 2. Example: cultural assimilation can be a challenging experience for immigrants. 4.2 Cultural sensitivity. 1. Definition: being aware and respectful of the differences in cultural practices. 2. Example: cultural sensitivity training helps employees navigate diverse workplaces. 4.3 Multiculturalism. 1. Definition: the coexistence of different cultural groups within a society. 2. Example: Canada is often cited as a successful example of multiculturalism. 4.4 Globalization. 1. Definition: the interconnectedness of cultures on a global scale. 2. Example: the internet has contributed to the acceleration of globalization. 5. Cultural phenomena and trends. 5.1 Pop culture. 1. Definition: elements of culture that are prevalent and widely accepted within mainstream society. 2. Example: social media influencers have a significant impact on pop culture. 5.2 Trends. 1. Definition: popular or fashionable practices that gain popularity within a society. 2. Example: sustainable living has become a trend in recent years. 5.3 Subcultures. 1. Definition: groups within a larger culture that share distinct values and practices. 2. Example: skateboarding has its own unique subculture. 5.4 Counterculture. 1. Definition: a subculture that opposes certain aspects of the dominant culture. 2. Example: the hippie movement of the 1960s was a notable counterculture. Conclusion. A rich vocabulary for culture and society allows individuals to engage in meaningful conversations about the diversity, customs, relationships, and trends that shape the world we live in. Understanding and using this vocabulary fosters effective communication and cultural awareness.